Okay, everybody, I'm quite a bit early here, but I'm going to be here in case some folks have questions, and I'm here in my office in Shawnee, in the event they have any. I'm grabbing a bit of grub. While we're kind of getting all lined out, I want to go ahead and cover some logistics with all of you. Next week, the 9th, you'll begin competition. You'll begin the competition round. That starts at 10 a.m. the morning of the 9th. Now, they'll still process the final week of practice, but starting at 10 o'clock on the 9th of October, the simulation will reset to a competition round. Now, what that means is that everything will be erased, the old stuff. So I'm telling you now, keep your work if you think it's been beneficial. It'll be all erased, and you'll start from scratch. Just wanted to let you know that. You'll see that over at the CapSim website. Speaking of that, I'm going to go over and log into CapSim, and let's see what how we did. Now, the practice rounds were practice rounds, thankfully. And if I recall from what I saw this morning, some of it was pretty ugly. So let's see what we got going on. Although I have great faith that everybody will pick up the pace. And I'd covered debriefing, and I think I've covered debriefing enough, and you've been working on it now enough that you should have a good idea. But as you can see, this is set to auto restart to competition mode on October 9th, which is a week from today, at 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, which will mean 9 a.m. our time. So the work from the practice rounds will all be gone. You'll need to save your work and all your decisions if you think it's worth saving. That'll be up to you. This will show you some of the selected statistics with the teams. Okay? And again, it's imperative for you to make use of all the resources you have now. I'm here at 5:45. I'm here in my office at Bailey Business Center. So if someone wanted to come by and talk to me, they could. And I'm online, as I promised you, doing virtual office hours. And just so you'll know that I am here, and in the event that you may want some proof, I'll let you see my smiling face. And you can see, here's I am at my office, waving at you. Here in my office. And I'll go ahead and stop that video. No point in having it there. Now, let's take a look at things, and we'll look at the industry results. Let's look at the industry scoring. That's the balanced scorecard. And these are the top 10. Let's see how we did. Our percentiles. Andrews, you've come a ways. Baldwin, overall not so great. Chester, pretty good, pretty good. Digby, yeah. And you can see the round by round. We'll look at round one. And we had 2 of you above the 60th percentile. Round 2. And we started to see Chester stayed at overall at 61. So Chester, you did good. You stayed consistently above 60. And in round 3, you came down, but overall you're close to 60. Last 2 teams there are computers. The other 4 teams, you can see where we are. And of course, this is the practice round, so I believe I'm going to see a lot better scores or a lot better performance now that you've had an opportunity to work with it. Now I'm over here in my office, and again, I put an invitation for anybody who would want to contact the virtual office or even stop by my physical office if you're up here at Bailey. And I think I probably have covered the debriefing piece of this as much as I possibly can. And team performance. Show the next thing I want to do is to take a look at just the logistics of the simulation and see where we are. We're at week 6, and we'll just open that up for a sec. And we end cap sim practice 3, and we begin practice round 4. Okay. Now in week 7, you have the reading from page 18, Parnell's self-developed quiz, number 1. And I give you some directions. Okay. And it's a self-developed quiz. It's 20 points. And it's based on the reading from Parnell. And it's due the 9th of October at 6 p.m. Now, you might ask me, what in the world is a self-developed quiz? And let's look at that one more time. And I'll find the syllabus here for us, and we'll talk about it. Someday I'll find the syllabus. It's been that kind of a day. What can I say? Well, let's look in the files. It's probably where I've stuck it, and then over at the supplemental website. And we'll find it here. Here it is, the Management 4903 syllabus. And you can notice that there's some references there to Moodle. Which is not accurate. It really does refer to Canvas. However, we weren't sure at that point if we were going to be using Canvas or Moodle. So you may ask me, okay, self-developed quiz, what is that? I give you some information on the written report, presentation, the board report, readings and cases. And here it is. You'll recover readings and real-time cases by developing a key with a quiz. The quiz for a reading should contain 10 items drawn from the reading. The quiz for a real-time case should contain 20 items drawn from the real-time case. And you'll see the differences in there. And then I tell you what each one should have. Okay. So you'll want to take a look at that information. It's there in the syllabus. Now, I think what I'm going to do here well, folks, you'll need to look at this video, and especially regarding real-time cases and readings and self-developed quizzes. You're seniors, and you ought to be able to find this stuff. It's over here in the syllabus. Now, that's out of the way. Let's also talk then and we'll click on the syllabus here for a minute, and let's see what it has to say. And here's a reading for the self-developed quiz. And as I tell you, please decode recording the assignment. Okay? And I just got through showing you there in the syllabus what that's all about. Now that is due on the 9th. On the 16th, the faith integration essay is due. Okay? It's due by 6 o'clock. I'm going to show you what that's all about. Okay? And the faith integration essay, let's look over there in the files again. And here's the faith integration essay, faith integration exercise response form. Again, this is in the files section. And so I want to make sure to show you this, and it's due the 16th. Okay? At 6 o'clock. Now, as we move on through the modules, okay, I'm going to take you over to, that's the 9th, that's the self-developed quiz. On the 16th, you've got another self-developed quiz. That's on reading from page 48 in Parnell. And the faith exercise response form, I have that here for you. And then the faith integration essay, that's where you upload it. So there's the response form and you upload it here. On the 23rd, pardon me, yeah, on week 9, the 23rd of October, you should do the senior survey and the Peregrine instructions, and the dean may need to upload that, and he may need to the dean will probably need to take a look at that. And there's the FAQ, and here's the instructions. And then you can upload the certificate right here. And I'll ask him to get that set up for you guys. But we want to ask you, please do it, take it. And I'd like you all to be here on the 23rd. I believe you need to all be here to take it. Okay? And that's the only night I'm going to ask you to be up here, all of you at one time, except for the board reports. And then we move on from week 10. And that's just, you keep working. That's a team time. And then in week 11, you've got another real-time case, which is not the same as a reading. It's a real-time case. And here's Davenport, Chapter 2. It's a self-developed quiz. And then Exam 3 from Parnell. Davenport is the book Competing on Analytics, and Parnell is the strategy book. And you can see where we are from there, okay? So we've got some big things coming up, and I'm going to review them here quickly. First of all, on the 9th, at 9 a.m. our time, Central Time, the competition goes to, the CAPSIM goes to competition mode. Now, everything you did, in the practice rounds is wiped out. You start from scratch. So if you need that stuff, you need to save it, okay? That's one thing. Then on the 16th, you have the faith integration exercise response form. It's due, and here's where you uploaded. That's due on the 16th, and that's 50 points, okay? And it's due on the 16th. All right. Then on the 23rd is the senior survey and the Peregrine assessment. This is a field test assessment of your knowledge, general knowledge of business based upon the coursework that you've had here. So you'll want to do that. And then from there on out, we're into the remainder of the course. But those 2 weeks on the 16th, okay, you don't have to be here for the 16th, but I do want you here for the 23rd, okay? Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm here. It's 6 o'clock, so I've been on here about 15, 20 minutes. And I'll be here, and if you should choose to join me, okay, you can certainly, you can either contact me online. I see somebody here, or stop by my office here, and I'll open it up. And I see Tucker. Tucker, how's it going? Do you have a microphone, Tucker?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. You got a question I can help you with?
Nope. Just was joining the stream for the class.
Okay. Well, I went through. You want to catch it on the front end. I went through some of the stuff that's coming up the next few weeks. Hi, Zach. Good to see you as well. And the fact that the key thing, the simulation goes to competition mode at 9 o'clock on October 9th, which is a week from today. And all the stuff from the practice rounds gets dumped. So if you want to save your stuff in the practice rounds, you'll need to do that. And then I was going through some of the logistics of stuff that we've got coming up, upcoming assignments, things like the self-developed quiz. So you guys can see that, and you'll want to watch that on the front end and encourage your team members as well. I went over where everybody was in terms of the caps and how they had done. So yeah, Zach, you have any questions for me?
I do not. I'm sitting next to Tucker. So I'm glad. Well, we're actually echoing. Hang on, he's moving. I was hearing my voice, but we're good. Just checking in with you.
All righty. Okay. Well, fellas, I'm over here at my office, and just in case you think I'm out at the local pub, let me start the video here. And I see Zach Clark.
There we go.
Okay, I see Zach, and let me see if I see me. And let's see. There I am. All right. That's it. All right. That's cool.
Brandon Garrett's also here.
All right. Okay. Good. Good. All right. Well, good to see you, fellas. I'll tell you what. I'm going to shut the video off.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Well, and I'll be here if you have any questions. And I'm here till 7:30, maybe later, unless if I don't get any more questions or anything, I'll probably bug out about 7:30 between there and 9. Okay.
Well, sounds good.
All right. Okay.
Appreciate you.
All right. So I'll just to conclude, we had some folks visit us. We probably will have a few more. And as I said, it's about 6 p.m. And I started live stream a little bit early today. So everybody who might come in will want to stream back. And I went over some of the logistics of the course, some stuff that's coming up. And everybody will want to take a look at that. Now, what I'm going to do is put my sound on mute. And I don't think it's going to break up anything, but in the event, I think I should hear a chime even if I have my speaker on mute. So I'm going to put my speaker on mute and just kind of sit here, and I'll let you guys kind of do your work. If anybody has any questions, I'm here, like I said, till about 7 or 7:30. Now, as I'm scrolling through here, and of course, those who might be live or those who will be listening to the recording, I've unmuted this, and I'm going to periodically when I think it's a good idea to stop and let everybody see. As we talked about before, that perceptual, the drift on the perceptual map of size versus performance, and you can see that northwest to southeast drift is continuing. Now, I come down here, and what I see is stockouts on every single item. I don't think I've ever seen this before, and some of the customer service, the December customer service surveys, some of them are pretty good, some of them not so great. Looks like there was some pricing wars that were going on, and the age. Now, what happened, the ideal age for this product is about, the traditional is about 2 years old. And some of the, and what happened, this sold out, the cake sold out, Able sold out, Bids sold out. Okay. Then Buddy, and they sold out systematically, even to the point where these that were 6 years of age ended up selling out. So you had stockouts. So there's a lot of money being left on the table. Okay, quite a bit. The stockouts are not good. We'll look at the low end, and that traditional is really moved. Let's take a look at the low end, and we've got stockouts again. Same thing on the high. Same thing on the performance. I don't think I've ever seen this, so I'm wondering about this. I truly am. And now, if all of you are working together, that's an interesting departure, and I'm okay with that. You'll take your lumps or get your lumps wherever they go. The size segment, same story there. So it's strange, very, very weird. And here's the map at the end of the year. And your performance. So I don't think I've ever seen that before. That's kind of interesting. It's a new one on me. I've never seen everybody stock out. Now I'm going to go over here and take a look at the debrief sections. And let's look at the rubric debrief. And this is for 3. Here we go. And now, again, the way you take a look at this is if you're at 0 on the rubric, you're in trouble. And of course, it goes in from 1 to 3 based upon, one's poor, then satisfactory, then excellent. And you could see Andrews and how they've done, and then scoring per the rubric. Yeah, I'm looking at Andrews. Contribution margin is important. You've got to really get the maximum performance. The contribution margin needs to be at 30% or better, and that's there in the CAPSIM guide. So you're going to want to take a look at that. Ooh, let's see. We got some nice data there. Andrews round 3. Here's Baldwin. Let's look at Baldwin contribution margin, because that's the thing I look at. Now Baldwin, this is not good. You do need to get a better contribution margin on your product. Now, what troubles me is that I saw all those stockouts, which I've never seen that happen before. Kind of astounds me, actually. And then I'm seeing these small contribution margins, which tells me there's some pricing stuff going on, which, again, is up to all of you. Now, remember, you're being compared versus not just each other, but other teams. So I do take a look at your percentage, okay, where you sit, and you don't want to be, in a bad spot. And I've seen some of your scores go down. Now, this is Baldwin still around 3, your averages. Unit sales. So they're going to give you all that data. And this is where the R&D people in each company become so very important. As you could see, this is like drinking out of a fire hydrant. There's a lot of data here. Now we got Chester. Now let's look at Chester in terms of contribution margin. Here we are. Now Chester, this is good. You're 33.2% on your contribution margin. Okay, that's good. That's going to serve you well, because contribution margin tells you about some other stuff that's going on. So that's good. Now, and I'm still here maybe by myself, I guess now, which is okay. There are others who will still be hearing what I've got going on. And Chester, okay, let's go down here to Digby. And that's our teams. Digby contribution margin 34%. That's quite good. And Erie. So that'll give you a pretty good sense of what I'm, what the simulation's looking at in terms of the debrief. And let's see how you did in terms of we'll click on the debrief again. And let's see. I want to see the star summary, industry scoring, analysis and scoring. There we go. There's the star summary. And you can all look at that and see. And so I'm kind of amazed. I don't believe I've ever seen stockouts on everything. Just never seen it. So I have to assume that you guys got together and did some work with your pricing, although it doesn't seem to be reflected there in terms of what I see in the Courier. So I'm kind of surprised, but it's anything is possible. Now the 3 computers, okay, now Digby and the 2 computers got a star for inventory. And the reason is quite simple. You satisfied 9% of the demand and have less than 90 days of inventory. So you did well there. Okay, and I'm going to leave this up for just a few minutes to let you just take a look at it. Now, folks, you need to also come in and take a look at this, okay? And I'm going to just stop, and I'm not pausing the share, but I'm going to let you take a look here, and to encourage you to go back then and for each of your teams, take a look. Now you can see how everybody's doing in terms of the star summaries and how you're doing. And probably what it will do you some good would be to we'll go back here and the round analysis. Here you go. Now this is what I think would be best for you, each of you, to take a look at. Okay? This will give you an idea of how you're doing on each of those areas. All righty, still here, and going to give you some time to kind of take it in. The round analysis. Okay, I'm still a little bit, I think, shocked at seeing all the stock outs, and I guess maybe if you've all decided you're going to go down, you'll go down together. That's admirable. But you'll want to take a look. I really want, let me say this. I really believe that the round analysis, okay, is the best quick overview of how you're doing. And right now, you can see that Digby is ahead, Chester, and, you know, nobody had to take out an emergency loan this time. You had a profit, you know, well, you could see by the matrix where everybody did. But I really encourage you to take a look at this. I think this is, again, a really, really good quick and dirty for you by round, and then of course gives you a grand total. Okay. I'm really, I have to tell you, I'm just absolutely intrigued by all the stock outs. I've got to see this again. Because it just doesn't seem, I've never had it happen before. Now, if all of you collaborated to do that, that's good for you. Either that or I've never seen this happen. I've seen, you know, this absolutely has me $50. Yeah, well, that is absolutely amazing to me. And that you had stock outs on everything, and that means you're doing some pricing, or maybe you're all working together hoping for the best, and that certainly is fine. I've had there have been some times when I've had some teams kind of secretly merge and work together, and if you guys are trying that, you know, you've succeeded pretty well in terms of not having, you know, of having gotten rid of all the stock outs. It'll be interesting to see what happens next week. And what's really got me surprised with all the stock outs, and this is in every single segment, and I've never seen this before. I'm gonna have to call somebody up there at Capsim and see what the story is, because either the data are incorrect, or the report, or you guys have thrown me a new one. I've just never seen it like this before. Amazing. But I'm going to go back to some prior. I'm going to close this. I'm going to go back to round 2. And of course, we're now into practice round 4, which ends October 9th, 9 o'clock. I'm going to see how we're looking here. So it just makes no sense to me. We have all those stock outs. So you would have to have worked together. Well, yeah, okay. Okay. Interesting. Well, you're managing your inventory quite well. I'm going to have to tell you that. But unfortunately, you're leaving money on the table, and that's why you're not doing better, is because you're underpricing your goods, or over positioning them so that they're maybe overlapping. And I would just have to go back in and try to do some analysis of it. But all I can say is, your results, and we'll look at the reports again. And let's see the reports, industry scoring, the balanced scorecard, which is really what I look at. Now, you want to make sure that you understand. I look at your teams, how you do in the top 10. Here's how you sit. Here's where you were in round 2. And round 3. I think I'm going to look at round 1. I'm going to look at the industry results. I'm going to look at that and see if we had any more stock outs. Look at the Courier. And I would say this: there's nothing that prohibits you from working together, teams working together. In fact, the whole lot of you, if you chose to, could work together. And I'm not going to stop you if you want to form or try to kind of form yourselves one, super alliance. Be my guest. I hope that when you do, it works out for you. Because if it doesn't, you're going to have a problem. Well, we've got some stock outs here. So we're having same, let me say this, you're managing your inventory quite well. We're pretty close to the best, let's put it like that. But you want to make sure, whatever you do, make doubly sure that you don't leave money on the table, because it's going to hurt your overall performance. And I am going to look at your percentile, and you'll want to take a look at that in the syllabus to see how that plays itself out. Okay? So you'll want to take a look at that for sure. And it's about, I guess, about 6:27, you can see. And I came on about 5:30, so I've been on here about an hour. I'll probably stand at 30, maybe 40 minutes or so, and then bug out. You can always send me emails if you want to. Now, all I'm going to do here for a moment is, and speaking of emails, I'm going to stop the share for just a minute, okay? And I'm going to go mute for a minute, and I'm going to take a look over here at my email to see if I've got an email I need to take a look at. Check my email, okay? And hopefully it'll be seamless. I'll just have to look and see. So I'm going to mute my audio, and then I'll stop the share. Let me say that I'm not going to stop sharing. I'm going to pause the share, okay? And pause the recording. Okay, I'm back, everybody, and I paused the recording and paused the share and put my mic on mute. So I'll be able to check my email and see. As I said before, it's about 6:30 now. And I'll probably bug out in 30, 40 minutes, somewhere in there. And so appreciate those who stopped by tonight. And again, you'll want to see this, the early part where I talk about these assignments are coming up, these self-developed quizzes, because you have to go into the syllabus and see what I want you to do, okay? That's going to be an important thing for you. Then I went through some very important dates that are coming up. And so I'll send everybody an email tonight telling them to check and see once the recording is up and going. Now I'm going to mute my sound here just in the event that I get a phone call or something like that. And when I'm in one of these modes, I usually do that. And don't forget, I have posted, I have office hours for tomorrow. And I think I had sent them to everybody, but I'm going to check to see if I actually did, because I'm afraid I didn't. I'm afraid I didn't. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and I'll, just to be sure, I'll put in the office hours. And put in the format, the font. I think I could do better than 28. Let's take her down to 14. Okay. And those are my AM office hours. And then I will come down here. And I have PM office hours. Now, those are kind of tentative for a very simple reason. I may have to go to a doctor's appointment. I'm not sure. But I've got virtual office hours tomorrow, and I'll copy the invitations. And so you'll just have to take your chances on the afternoon. The morning hours are firm. Of course, you know, I'm a little disappointed, to be honest with you, that I'm not having more people visit, because I can do just about everything that I need to do with office hours online. And I can answer questions the whole bit. You can see me, I can see you, etc. I want to see if I've got and office hours for Wednesday. I think I have some for Wednesday. Yep. Virtual office hours for Wednesday, and I'll copy that invitation. And then I'm going to send it out to everybody. So I think what happened is this morning, I went through the process of getting this all ready to go, and I just didn't send it out to everybody. So I'm going to do that, okay? And that way you'll have all that you need to see, okay? I'll go back over here to CabSim. And come over here to the course modules, and I'm going to hit the inbox, and I'm going to send the I'm going to start with 1123 business problem analysis. Oh, that won't work. The Canvas has some curious kinds of stuff going on. Here it is. The virtual office hours. This is how it's done, folks. You're getting a peek behind. And this would be the week of Monday 10/2/17 to Friday 10/6/17. You can see I'm about to send them out to all the people in business problem analysis. So I'll get this and just run this through, but you'll be getting an email anyway. Tomorrow morning, which should be the 3rd of October, my virtual office hours are 10 to noon, and then I have a class at 12:30. Then the virtual office hours for Tuesday afternoon are from 4 p.m. till 6 p.m. Now I have a class. No, I don't have a class, so I'll have a little bit of time between there. Now, those are, those may not come to fruition, but I may not be able to make them. I'm just going to have to see. I'll finish up with the one class, the BISS 4403 data admin. I'll finish them up at 12:30. Pardon me, at 1:45, and that'll give me 2 hours to get over and get the check done that I need to get done. So I'm going to edit. I'm going to copy everything, select all of it, and of course then Control C, and I'll throw it into the, okay. And I wanted to insert one of the little media things, but I don't have the flash drive for the video, so I can't do it in here. I'm going to have to get that one fixed so I can do it here, just like I do it in grading. So I have the virtual office hours for Tuesday and for Wednesday. I don't have any virtual office hours for Friday. Okay. If I feel like I need to establish some, I will. But on Fridays are days I'm pretty busy, believe it or not. Now, I'll send this. You're getting to see how it happens. All right. Now let's take a look at administration. Oh, 3503. That's MIS. Here we go. And we'll do virtual office hours. Week of Monday 10/2/17 to Friday, and then that Friday's the 6th. You may ask yourself, why don't you do office hours on Fridays? It's very simple. I'm here practically, I'm here from 10:30 in the morning till 7:30 or 7 to 8, between 7 and 8 o'clock at night on Monday. It's kind of hard to miss me. My class ends at 3:15. I'm in here, and I have a class that ends at 11:50. Then same story again on Thursday. So there's a big block of time I'm just here in the office, and then you have these other office hours. So as I'm browsing at all of you, and you go, oh no, and you could scroll through, I am keeping office hours somewhere in the neighborhood of about 20 hours a week. So people who say they can't get hold of me are just fooling themselves. And I record those sessions so there's never any question that, yes, I was indeed there. Now, I know it's not the same as coming into my beautiful office and seeing the pictures of me with Billy Graham and the Pope and Keel the robot and the OBU bot, or that picture with me and President Obama, or that executive order President Trump signed pictures up there, or various memorabilia from some of my adventures, or the picture of me and Jeffrey Peterson, or me and the picture of the bison. Okay, I understand that the excitement of seeing that tapestry segmentation banner, I know. But I am here to help. And I can reduce carbon footprint, which is part of what I'm trying to do. I can get you guys ready to work out in the world where you work remote. That's what I'm trying to do, and make you more independent learners. And the truth is, when you think about it, I spend more time teaching in my classes than any other instructor. I don't give tests during class. Think about that for a moment. So I don't kill off a couple of class sessions or so with tests or a whole bunch of hokey presentations or stuff like that. I have only one presentation in my course. So I'm working hard here, folks. And then I have the office hours I keep as well. Now, let me say it again. My office hours, I'll send this to these guys. Tuesday, which is tomorrow morning firm. I have a class at 12:30 to 1:45. And then the afternoon is not so firm. So it's recorded here, and I'll do my best to get back for the 4 to 6 hour, 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, which is 1600 to 1800. Okay? And I'll send this email. And that's 3503. And then I need to go now to data administration 4403. And I get this weird stuff. It's all these shell courses that they've created. There we go. Virtual office hours. Monday, and that would be, the week of Monday, 10/2/17 to Friday, 10/6/17. And I'll paste that in and send it on. That takes take care of BISS 1123, 3503, and 4403. And now I have the management courses to do, which will include management science, introduction to management science. And there, let's see if that's them. I guessed right. And I'll send virtual office hours. Okay, the week of Monday 10/2/17 to Friday 10/6/17. And I hope this has been an interesting, those of you who are seniors, I hope that this has been an interesting time for you. I wish we'd have had these tools available a lot sooner. You probably would have been spared a lot. If I can spare you some time and some grief, I'm happy to do it. Frankly, I think we all ought to be doing this. That's just my opinion. Okay, there's some people who are not comfortable with this, but look, if you want to, you can see me. But I can do the screencast. And what do? When you sit in these classes, you're taking notes, you're listening to people. Okay. The only difference is the online exams. I understand that. There's some nervousness on my colleagues' part about that, and I get that. Okay. All right. We'll send this out to the folks in Intro Management Science. And then finally to all of you who are in business policy. And we'll put virtual office hours. The virtual office hours, Monday, October 2, 2017, to Friday, October 6, 2017. And each one of you get your own individualized email, and boom, and there you be. So that's there. I've sent everybody an email. Isn't that exciting? See me send those emails? I don't know about you, but I thought that was a moment of pure inspiration. Okay. We're still over here, and I want to take a moment or two. And again, it'll go to auto restart competition. This is for you in management. And at 10 a.m., which would be 9 a.m. East Central Standard Time. So everything will get dumped. So if you want to, you'll need to save work. You'll want to do that. Okay. And I'm kind of, it's interesting to me. I've never seen so many stockouts in my entire life. You guys are nailing it in terms of the sales and handling your inventory. I'm just going to see here on the industry results. I'll debrief here just again. And see how we're doing it. This shows you the latest round results. Supposed to. Let's look at analysis and scoring. That's where I'm going to find the analyst reports. You'll want to look at those. And you'll want to look at the round analysis. Yeah. You get the contribution margin up. And they give you some coaching on inventory and on when you have stockouts. It's telling you you've left money on the table. Now this is the report for Andrews. So I'm going to slip on down here for Baldwin. Same story. All right. So it helps me understand a little bit about that in terms of what's going on. I'm going to log out of the CAPSIM, and I'm going to go back over here again, over to the course. Now, again, make sure that you listen very carefully at the start of this video to the events that are coming up, what I want in terms of self-developed quizzes, and of course the syllabus for the course is there in the files area. And I thought I also had it up here in the course resources. I truly do, but I think I can fix that There's the supplemental website, Teams, how to make a transcript of a YouTube video, but no syllabus. So I'll tell you what we're going to do here. Okay. I'm going to try to add some content, and I'm going to look for a file. There's a management 4903 syllabus fall 2017 PDF. And we should scroll down to the bottom, and there's the syllabus. Okay? And let me say this, I want to apologize about the reference in there to Moodle. You're going to find some of these here and there. If you've taken a class with me, you know I used Moodle in class. I didn't do any recording with it because we didn't have the capacity. But what happened was they decided near the start of this semester to take everything to Canvas. So it was a scramble, but we've got it done. And I think you would agree with me that having the Zoom tool is quite a good one. Okay, so we're coming upon 7 o'clock, and I'll stay here a while longer, not too much longer, because if folks aren't contacting me about needing help, emailing me or stopping by for the stream, then that's your business. Okay, and I have to assume if I don't hear from you, all right, that you're doing okay, and that's all I really can do. And you can see the office hours. I mean, I'll just show you. I can really go through them. Today, I got in here about 10:30. I had class at about 10:15. I had class at 11, so I was here for 40 minutes, 30 minutes, because I got in there about 20 minutes early. Then that was over at 11:50. In fact, I let out at 1/4 till noon. So then I was there at noon till 2 o'clock when I went to teach my second class. So that's 2 hours now, nearly 2.5 hours conservatively. Then I had from 3:15 till 6 o'clock tonight, which is another. So I'm at that point for Monday. It's 5 hours. Just about the same thing for Thursday. So that's 10 hours. And then tomorrow, I've got 6 hours. That's 16. Although the 4 in the afternoon may be a little. The 2 in the afternoon may be a little skittish. So I got 4 hours tomorrow. So that's 14. And then on Wednesday, I've got another 2 hours at 16 hours. Now, they ask faculty to keep roughly 8 hours, okay? And so I'm keeping 16 hours of open time. So I don't know how I could make myself more accessible. And then obviously on Friday, if it was a real emergency and you gave me advance notice, I could set up a video conference with you and talk to you. I'd be happy to do that. But I haven't set particular office hours on Fridays because, frankly, I'm doing two things are going on. One, I'm grading work that's from the week, and you do like your grades returned on time. And the other thing is I have some clients I work with. I do some pro bono work, meaning for free, out there. I have some professional associations I teleconference with, things of that nature. So my Fridays get filled up pretty fast, in addition to the faculty meetings and the things that the College of Business has. So that should help you understand. So, if you're to say, could I do a video conference with you on a Saturday morning or something like that? I'm sure happy to do that. Okay. And so that's, I'm here to help you out as far as that goes. I'm going to check to see how I'm doing on my power. I'm fully charged at 100%. I'm looking good here. And as I've said before, I know that you you put some time in. Now, what I've not done is go over to the cap sim and start to look at time that everybody has put in. All right. But I will. And as now we approach the competition round, you can rest assured that at the end of each competition round, I'm going to be taking a look at the participation. How often did people log in? Okay. And it's the same story over here in terms of everybody's attendance. Okay. And that's very easy for me to keep track of your attendance and your participation. If you got other courses with me, you know, the LMS collects data on your participation, your logins, how many pages you viewed, etc. So the data are there. So I did add the syllabus. It's right there now, and that will explain these real-time cases, etc. And as I mentioned before, we got some big events coming up. Tonight is just team time. Next week is a self-developed quiz. On the 16th is the faith integration response form. That's due. It's 50 points. Excuse me. And then on the 23rd is the senior survey and the Paragon registration. Paragon, that's assessments. And on the 23rd, I want you here. Okay. And I'll send you an email out in timely fashion. So we need you up here to take it. I've got a visitor. Hi there, Josu. What's up?
I'm pretty sure you got the size out of this one.
Can you hear me? Okay. I'm trying to hear you. You may need to turn your microphone up if you're using a microphone. Are you using a microphone? I think I just lost you. I was Josu. He just came through. He, guess he's trying to. I'm still here. It was nice to see him visits. Just some coaching, if you should go ahead and join the meeting. You know, feel free to have your audio on, and if I need to ask you to mute it for the middle of something, whatever, it'd be fine. Otherwise, you know, feel free. I am here to try to answer any questions that you might have in terms of what's going on. So since we're recording, it'll be duly noted that Josu stopped by and maybe had a connection problem. I'm not sure what. Maybe he will send me an email. Maybe he'll come back. Maybe it was a bandwidth issue or he had a failure or something. Who knows? You do also realize that if you can't, if you need to communicate with me, if you don't have a microphone, you can always, there's a chat function in here. Now, the chat function is private. Here's what that means. I can see it, what you ask or say. You can see or what I ask or say, but nobody else can, okay? So that chat function is really nice. And if you came to my virtual office, for example, and you had some questions that you didn't want recorded or anything, simple. You could just go to the chat function and we could do that. And it saves a transcript of the chat when I do chats with people. So tonight when I record this, say this recording, what's going to happen is there will be there'll be a little chat text file of the interactions I had with people tonight in terms of any chat. If it's not, it's just regular, you know, they call, they drop by and you know, use their video and or use audio, that's already recorded. So I'm here, I'll be here another, it's about, I don't know, 7:04. I'm probably going to stand there 15 or 20 minutes, and that'll pretty much do it. And what I do here now is when I end the meeting, okay, I take that recording and I convert it into an into either an MP4 or into a Windows file, into a Windows media file, and then I upload it to YouTube so you can see it. And of course I post it in the announcements so you can go right there. So we got some stuff coming up here in October you need to be aware of. And of course, you want to see the front end of this video in terms of what we need to get done. I'm going to make a trek next door over to the lab. I'm in my office here at Bailey Business Center. Okay. And if you don't believe me, I'll do it again. Here I am. How about that? You can see my office, all this stuff, you know. So I'll stop the video. You don't want to look at me, but I'll go next door over to Bailey, over to the lab, and I'll see if I've got anybody over there. Okay, back. No one is in the lab. And it's about 9 after 7. I've been here since 5:30. I've had a few people who logged in. And I've got plenty of office hours tomorrow. And I think I'm going to shut this down. Of course, if you have questions, I can always answer them, email or whatever. Again, my office hours, I sent them out to everybody for Tuesday and for Wednesday, the virtual office hours, because I have virtual Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And then I'll be back Thursday, okay? And, of course, you can always email me. So I'm going to stop the recording. And I'm going to stop the share and then stop the recording, and I'll post this. Okay? I'm going to stop the share here. And I'll stop the recording and then end the meeting.